Welcome to this platform. William Samoei Ruto stood in the public before the cameras while the nation is watching and the world is watching. He personally declared and instructed parents to take children to school by yesterday in the morning without uniform, without school fees, without shopping. Yani mtoto aamke kutoka nyumbani kwao aende aripoti shule. So the parents celebrated. I spoke to a few parents and they were telling me, Rais amesema tunapeleka watoto shule kesho. So there's nothing to worry about. Parents in the villages got the information wrong, and William Ruto didn't explain that information to sink into the minds of parents. By the end of this video, I want you to see how our leadership is rotten, full of misinformation. You lie to parents. Wake up and take children for admission without school fees, without anything. Peleka watoto shule. Let me tell you, I have taken children to school, and I want to practically show you this. We are boarding schools where the cheapest school charges 14,000 a school uniform. The cheapest. Then on top of it, you are supposed to pay, let's say, on the lowest side, 40,000 per year as school fees. On ile shule imeanza boarding school, the lowest, 40,000. Additionally, weka shopping. For example, if you are shopping for a girl, 40,000. This translates to 94,000. This kid is supposed to take a shower in school, eat in school, every single day. This kid is using electricity for preps, morning and in the evening. In dorms, they need electricity close to 24 hours for security reasons. This kid will be having a matron who will be taking care of her in the dorm. This kid will be having a chaplain who will be taking care of their spiritual matters. His or her spiritual matters, because it could be a boy or a girl. Additionally, this kid will have a cook who will prepare breakfast for them, who will prepare lunch for them, who will prepare supper for them. Right? This kid will have someone to sweep the compound for them in boarding schools. Those are casual workers. And all these people, they are paid by the school. The only money William Ruto sends per year, per student, is 22,000. So let me ask you, as a parent, William Ruto has told you take your kid to school, to a boarding school, without uniform, without shopping, without school fees, right? The only money William Ruto has sent to school is just 22,000 for 12 months a year. Now, I want you, from a layman's understanding, help me calculate how the 22,000 from William Ruto per year will be split into the food that this kid will eat. Number one. How will the 22 be, remember this is not per month. It is per year. So allow me understand mathematically. Kwa sababu nimeona Ruto akijipiga kifua ati tumetuma pesa shuleni na wakati huu tulituma mapema. Ni sawa. But allow me to calculate the 22,000, how it will serve this kid with food the entire year. Breakfast, lunch, and supper in 12 months. Explain to me how the 22,000 will cater for the electricity bill for a whole year for this particular kid. Explain to me how this 22,000 will pay the bill ya maji for this kid who will be showering and washing uniforms every single day for a whole year. I want you to be in the principal's shoes. Explain to me how 22,000 is going to pay these workers for a whole year. Don't you see how we've lost it as a country? So after William Ruto's announcement, wameona ita backfire. They have now withdrew the statement. William Ruto has now sent Julius Bitok to warn parents against rushing kids to school minus school fees. Ametuma Bitok awaonye. Ruto alitangaza peleka watoto shule. Lakini wazazi, musijaribu kupeleka watoto shule bila school fees. Kile Ruto amefanya, amewasaidia kuomba nafasi. Ya? Ani, najua mzazi wakati hauna school fees, you go to school, you request the principal to give you time to prepare for payments. So William Ruto, what he did, he stood in the gap of requesting principals to give parents time for school payment. Your kid has been as a calling letter from Alliance. Na wewe ku afford 200 shillings a day ni shida. Alliance school fees peke yake ni 53k. Alafu nasikia tena kuna development sijui ni 20k. Alafu sijui kuna remedial sijui ni 4,000 pa. Ukiweka pamoja school fees alone in a year goes up to 100,000. Ruto amekuambia peleka mtoto shule. How unserious we are as a country. How we play with our kids. We play with the life of our children. So sad. So sad. Can we listen what Betok said?
Students can be allowed to go to school as the parents look for that money. So there's no contradiction at all. So it is very clear in our minds. The president is very clear in his mind in what he said. Ours is to implement the presidential directive to the letter. All schools have the capability to sustain these students. For the first time in many years, the government released capitation before schools opened. So the schools have money. There is no reason why a school should deny students to go in because of lack of money, because they already have capitation.
Kenyans of goodwill, it's high time we have leaders who are very serious with what they are doing. How dare do you play with the lives of our children? And especially education. Education and health. And agriculture. These are very sensitive ministries in the Republic of Kenya. How dare do you play with the life of young ones? What is the plan that William Ruto has put in place so that the kids who will be taken to school as per his order will not drop out along the way? What are the mechanisms? What are the plans? Mumesikia vile Bitoki amesema. Forget about what the president said. Parents, president's announcement is not a waiver. Get it clearly. By you being told take your kids to school for 100% transition is not a waiver for your school fees. It's not. It's very clear from him. Julius Bitok, very clear, very categorical. The president is politically speaking. Bitok is professionally speaking. That is the difference. Ruto is a politician. Betoka's the principal secretary is a civil servant employed by the government of Kenya. So he is professionally speaking. Ruto is politically speaking. Don't dare. I warned you yesterday. I warned you on Thursday. Don't try that nonsense anywhere. Just to see how this regime has failed your children. You have the opportunity to make the right choice come 2027 August. God bless you.